Okay, now the mechanism of esterification reaction. As you have got, the reaction is like this. When carboxylic acid reacts with alcohol, then in presence of acid, it produces the ester RCOOR dash and it releases water molecule. So this is your ester, and that's why the reaction is called esterification reaction. Now I'll show you the mechanism how the reaction takes place. So step 1, in the first step, the step is called protonation. Protonation means it will take one H plus ion. H plus ion is called proton. Protonation of carbonyl protonation of carbonyl group. So here the C double bond O, this is called the carbonyl group. As you know, oxygen always carrying two lone pair of electron, and due to presence of lone pair of electron, the carbonyl group oxygen will take one H plus ion from the acid. This lone pair of electron will take the H plus ion and it will form a bond with oxygen. After this, the C double bond O, it combine with hydrogen. Now since one lone pair produce the bond with hydrogen, so one lone pair will be present here, and that's why it become positive, and this OH will remain same like this. Since H plus ion, I mean proton, is joined with the carbonyl oxygen, that's why the step is called protonation of carbonyl group. So this is your first step. In the second step, step 2, it is called nucleophilic attack. Nucleophilic attack by the alcoholic molecule or alcohol molecule. Now the alcohol molecule will attack to it. How it will attack? After protonation, the carboxylic acid become like this, as you have got in first step. Here OH, oxygen carrying two lone pair. The lone pair involved in mechanism, that's why I have shown the lone pairs inside oxygen. So this is your alcohol R-OH. Here also oxygen carrying two lone pair of electron. This lone pair of electron of oxygen will attack to the carbon. I mean carbon will be joined with this oxygen. I mean carbon will take the alcohol molecule, and since carbon will produce one new bond with oxygen, so that is why this bond will break and the electron pair goes towards oxygen. Then the oxygen become neutral, because to maintain the valency of carbon, since carbon valency is 4, that is why when you form a bond, then you have to break another bond, and since pi bonds are weak, so that is why it prefers to break the pi bond. So after doing this, the alcohol molecule will be joined with your protonic carboxylic acid. So how it will join? This is R, this become single bond OH. Now inside oxygen you will get two lone pair due to breaking of double bond, and this OH remains same, oxygen carrying two lone pair. Now this oxygen, I mean the alcohol oxygen joined with carbon, and the R dash and H, they will remain with the oxygen. So now the alcohol molecule is joined with your carboxylic acid. Now here oxygen carrying two lone pair, one lone pair produce the bond, so one lone pair will be remain inside oxygen, and that's why this oxygen become positively charged. When oxygen carrying two lone pair, it is neutral. Less than two lone pair, positive, and more than two lone pair, always you will get negative charge inside oxygen. So this is your step 2. In step 3, what happened? Loss of water molecule, and a proton. See, we have taken a proton from the acid, I mean from the catalyst, and that proton again you have to release here, and in reaction you have seen water is produced in your reaction. So how that water will be produced you can see in this step. Now I will write this, the product which obtained in the second step, RCOH, here also OH. This is unstable compound because one carbon contains two OH group. This is OR dash, here positive charge, and this is your positive charge I will write here, and this is your hydrogen with the oxygen. So this compound is nothing, the compound which you have got in the second step. Now what happened? This lone pair will take the H plus ion from this, because it is positive, to neutralize the positive. This oxygen will take the H plus ion from it, and the bonded electron will remain inside oxygen. So when bonded electron remain inside oxygen, two lone pair you will get inside oxygen. That's why this oxygen become neutral now. So after this, what you will get? RCOH. Now another H will be joined here. One lone pair present, that's why it become positive. And this OH remains same with two lone pair inside oxygen. Now this oxygen will carry two lone pair with your hydrogen. Okay. Now what happened? This lone pair of electron, since oxygen carrying two lone pair, since it contains positive, that's why again it is unstable. To make it stable, one lone pair will come to form a double bond here. It will make double bond here, and when it produces double bond inside carbon, total number of bonds will be 5. That's why this bond will break and electron goes towards oxygen. So when this bond will break, this molecule will goes out. What is this? H2O, and oxygen become neutral due to presence of two lone pair now. So like this way the water is released. So after releasing water, minus water, that means it release water. So what it remain? RC double bond OH. Now here one lone pair, that's why it become positive. O R dash. Sorry. This should be R. Sorry. Okay. So now after production of this, again it is unstable due to presence of lone pair. Now what happened? This OH bond will break and the electron will come towards oxygen. So again two lone pair you will get, and the H plus ion will remove from the compound. So that's why I have written minus H plus. I mean H plus ion is removed from it. Then what you will get? R C double bond O R dash. So here now two lone pair, and that's why it become neutral. So here we have considered R dash, no? So here R dash. So this will be R dash, this will be R dash, and this will become R dash. So this is your ester which is produced in your mechanism. Actually ester is produced like this way, and the water, the side product water is released like this. So this is the mechanism. I have drawn the mechanism in 3 steps, and in all the steps you have to write the name of the step. What is going on happening in the mechanism, that you have to write in step. For example, protonation of carbonyl group, nucleophilic attack by the alcoholic molecule, loss of water molecule and the proton. Like this you have to name the steps, then you will get the marks. So you try to learn this mechanism, because this mechanism is very very important for exam. In exam you will get one mechanism, maybe this esterification reaction mechanism, maybe aldol condensation reaction mechanism, maybe Raymer-Tiemann mechanism, maybe Friedel-Crafts reaction. So you try to learn this mechanism, whatever I have given. Thank you.